Here's always been my defense, is that I can't see you August 1st throwing in the cards and like really being like a real seller. Just knowing what a competitor you are, I just can't see that. But is there a scenario where, let's say they lose the next 2 or 3 or so, you're 8, 9 games back, it hadn't happened in years, would you realistically be a seller and look to the future?
Well, I think you have to look at everything in a focus that you have to do what's best for the ball club long term. If you're better off, if you have to evaluate this thing realistically and
right.
And the team is playing, see where you're going, see what the health of the team is and how they're progressing and that type of thing. But in that same vein, I look at the recent division winners that have dug themselves out of big holes like we're in right now at this time of the year. The 2017 Cubs were 2 games under 500 after the trade deadline, after the All-Star break. I'm sorry, at 5.5 games back. The Dodgers in 16 were 6.5 back. The Rangers in 15, 6 back. The A's in 2012 are 9 games back, and the Twins in 06 were 11 games back after the All-Star break and came back and won their divisions. And that's not counting the 15 Cubs and 14 Royals and 07 Rockies that were, anywhere from 5.5 to 8 games out and went to the World Series that year. So I think you have to trust the team that you have. You have to make prudent decisions that are going to impact the team this year and beyond. And, I still have great confidence in this team. I know that the coaching staff has great confidence in this team, and I know the players have great confidence in themselves. But, hey, this isn't a try. You've heard me say this a million times. It's not a try hard league. This is not a, hey, we played great, we hustled, we lost in 10 to the Brewers type of league. You got to win. This is a game that you have to win games, and that's how we're judged, and that's how we're going to be evaluated, and that's how we should be. But this is a good team that needs to play better. Hey, there's nobody sugarcoating this thing. Our starting pitching since June 1st has been poor, with the exception of Max. We haven't. I think we're 3-17 as our starting pitchers in that time frame. We're not offensively efficient. Our bullpen has been overused and overtaxed just because we've got starters going, less than 5 innings on a consistent basis. So everyone's got to step up. Pitchers got to pitch better. Players got to play better. GM's got to GM better together. And when one succeeds, we all succeed. And when one fails, we all fail. And that's how I look at this thing. And a negative word about a player in the media public, but behind closed doors, they take the message unfiltered and in no uncertain terms, and they know it's time to step up. We've got 5 games before the trade deadline. That's an important milestone, and we've got about 2.5 months left of baseball, and 62 games with a 7-game deficit. I get it. I think Fangraphs has us at a 33.6% chance of winning the division. To me, I have great confidence in the team, and I think that you're always one game away from a streak. And God bless this game of baseball, because we got a game this afternoon, and we win this game today. We go to Miami feeling good about ourselves.
I'm not going to ask you what Strasburg and Max were debating, because I know you're not going to tell me, first. And second of all, this is what I know, and you know this too. Superstars of teams don't do that unless it's really tense and uncomfortable. And, my question is this: what do you think, Mike Rizzo?
They do it, but they usually don't do it in the dugout.
Correct.
It happens all the time.
Correct. So that was my question. So in the clubhouse, what do you think currently the state of the clubhouse is emotionally?
The state of the clubhouse is great. I think that, like I said, they're as befuddled as the rest of us are on why they can't consistently win baseball games with the talent that we have. And I think that they're frustrated, like everybody else is frustrated. And I think that they're playing with a whole lot of urgency, because they know they see the dates going off the calendar, and by some act of God, that we still have some type of puncher's chance to win this division. And I think that we're going to grasp onto that and run with that and see if we could put together a string of games that puts pressure on two really talented but young teams ahead of us in the Braves and the Phillies, and a team that's done it before. 2 years in a row National League East champs, 4 out of 6 years National League East champs. And this is going to be a new challenge. This is a challenge like we've never had here in Washington. I've had it before in other places and been successful doing it. But here in Washington, it's not going to be a 20-game. We're not going to win the division by 20 games this year, or 17 games like we have in the past, or even 8 games like we did the year before. There's going to be a grind. There's going to be a dogfight to the end, and we'll see. We'll see what we're made of at the end of this thing. And I'm looking forward to the challenge. I'd rather have it in a different way. Believe me, I'd rather have the season going in a different direction and have an easier road to retain, to be the 3-time National League East champions. But hey, this is baseball. It's the big leagues. It's not easy to win in this league.